Hi guys, a very happy new year to you all. Thank you so much for joining me for a short, gentle easing back into Pilates class. Please just remember to take care of yourself and listen to your own body, and if anything doesn't feel good for you today, just leave it out or adapt your position. It's absolutely fine. With that said, let's begin. So we'll start in a seated position, and you can go onto a stool, a cushion or some blocks, or even a chair if that feels good for you. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible. From here, just lengthen your spine and relax your shoulders. Close your eyes, and we're going to take 2 or 3 deep breaths in and out. So here we go. Breathe in through your nose, fill your lungs completely without force. And as you exhale, just try to feel your body relaxing down through to your sit bones and clear your mind. Breathe in again, draw in fresh air and energy and life, and as we exhale, let go of any stress or any tension you might be holding on to today. Let it go. Breathe in again, feel your body lifting, and as we softly breathe out, feel your body relaxing and sinking down into the ground. Nothing should feel forced. Breathe in again. And as we exhale, you can gently open your eyes if you like and take your hands to the side, palms up. We'll take our first movement, which is floating arms. So just lift your arms gently up towards the ceiling, being mindful of sore shoulders. And as we exhale, just release them back down to your start position. Let's take another breath in. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. So continue to lift your crown up towards the ceiling. Try and keep your spine as long as possible, and if you need to adjust your position, that's absolutely fine. Breathe in again, stretching up. And with each movement, those joints become more lubricated, feel a little bit smoother. But don't worry if they don't today. We're just starting back, and we need to give ourselves patience and time. Let's take one more breath in, all the way up to the ceiling. And as we come down this time, we're going to gently turn to the left side. Place your right hand on your opposite knee, the other hand behind you, and just look back. Try to lift your spine and maintain that twist just for a moment. And then come back to the center of the arms, come back up again if you can. As we exhale, turn to your right. Place your left hand on the opposite knee, other hand behind you, and just look back behind you and try and lift your spine again. Don't force anything. If it feels a little bit stiff, just be gentle today. Back to the center, inhale. And as we exhale, turn to look around. We hold that for a little bit longer this time. Remembering that rotational twist movements really help to aid digestion. Back to the center. Exhale and turn the other way, which is perfect post-Christmas and New Year. Breathe in again, lifting up. We'll do that one more time each side. Gentle twist. And just remember, take it at your own pace. Adapt your position if you need to. Inhale. And as we exhale, turn around. Look over to your right side one more time. Just let those shoulders drop down for a second. Perfect. Come back to the center. One more breath in this position. And as we come down, just draw your knees up. Whatever position you're in, we're going to transition to 4-point kneeling. So come around, and if you need cushions for under your knees with your hands, absolutely fine. Or if you need to stand up against the wall, that's great too. So take a breath in and just lift your center slightly and start to move your pelvis. And we can do some little circles around the other way. And we're going to go into our little circles. So starting to move a little bit through the shoulders too. Now, I don't want you to be too regimented about this movement. I'd like you to feel free to express whatever feels good to you today. So we can go deeper back to the heels, we can go further forwards. We can just pull all the way back, and we can pull all the way forwards, dropping your hips a little, looking up. But if that's not good for you, keep it really small, really gentle. Breathing as you go. So one thing we will always do is continue to breathe as deeply as possible. So I'm going to take that into a circle. I'm going to move my shoulders a little bit more, stretching my hands out. And if you're getting cramp, or if you feel like you need a bit of a toe and ankle stretch, just tuck your toes under. That's actually really nice to stretch your toes out. Let's do a couple more of those. And if you want to continue with this lovely movement, just pause the video and carry on for a few more moments. From here, spread your toes out if you can and just sit back towards your heels into rest position and reach those arms forward. You can prop your head up if it doesn't go all the way down, or use some blocks or cushions, or we can bring the head all the way down. Take a deep breath in this position, and if you feel better, or if you feel you can, take your knees a bit wider so we can sink a little bit low and you get a nice stretch in your inner thighs. Breathe in. And as you exhale, really, really try and let go. This is such a lovely back release. Breathe in again. Exhale and continue to relax down into the floor. If you need to change position slightly, that's absolutely fine. One more time, breathe in. And as we exhale this time, start to slide up slowly. Feel your spine gently curling. So be kind to yourself. Use your hands if you need to. Bring your feet together. And then we're just going to tuck the toes under for now. As we exhale, just come back on your feet and start to lift up into a roll up position. So keep your knees bent for this first one. Tuck your tail under and feel like you're stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. Once we're safely up there, circle arms up behind you. Give me a big lift up to the ceiling. Arms come forwards and very slowly roll down. So we can do this with the knees bent if you like. You can just go down to the knees, or if you feel you can, go all the way down to the floor. Whatever feels good to you. Knees bent or legs straight, we're going to roll up just one more time for now. So once we're up this time, just stand with your feet about hip width position and just realign your spine and pelvis. Float your arms up and then link your fingers together, but keep your middle fingers pointing together. Big stretch up to the ceiling, but let your shoulders just soften a little bit. Breathe in. As we exhale, I'd like you to gently lean over to the left side, keeping your head in the center and trying to keep your shoulders and your hips square, so we're not twisting here. We're going into a pure side bend. How does that feel? Does that feel okay? Does that feel a bit tight? Does that feel too much? We can always bring the hands to the side if that's more comfortable for you. Stretching away, breathe in. If you feel you can, we take it a little bit further, but remember this is the first time back, so take it easy. Come up to the top, inhale, and just check we're not shrugging the shoulders here. Check that we're centered and connected as we go over to the right side, really gently, and feel that wonderful side stretch down from your wrist all the way down to your ankle possibly. Breathe in. As we exhale, maybe you can take that movement just a little bit further, but don't push it. Come back up to the top, inhale. Same thing again, relax the shoulders over to the left side. If you feel you can, by all means go a little bit further, but just check we're not twisting here. We're not dropping those arms forwards. Head stays in the center, up to the top, inhale. Exhale over to the other side one more time, so leaning towards the right, gently stretching those arms. And then we come back up to the top where we release the arms and we start to come down into our first squat. So start to bend your knees and hinge at the hips and reach those arms forward, or just turn to the side. So remember, we try and keep that back as a neutral position as we possibly can. So we're trying not to round the shoulders. Push up through your thighs and lift the arms up, inhale. Circle around and go into your second squat. And we're going to do about 15 of these. And then we come up, and it's entirely up to you how energetic you make this movement. You can come down really deep and really stretch those arms if you like, or we can just do a little baby squat and keep your hands on your hips if that's better for you, and watch those knees. So down we go. We try and keep everything as aligned as possible, so it's quite handy to have a mirror nearby so you can check out your back position and your knee position. And we come up, we breathe in. So again, as I said, if you want to make it more energetic, you can really stretch forwards, and perhaps you'd like to lift your heels when we come up to the top, but it's entirely up to you. If you want to keep it gentle throughout, then you can. Reach out. So let's carry on with those squats. Down we go. So really working deeply into those thighs now. And we come up as we inhale. Exhale, circle around, reaching forwards. And pulling up, inhale. Let's do a couple more. And I think that's nearly about 15. Forgive me if it's not. We've got some company out there. And one more. I think you said I've done far more than 15. Circle your arms around and just come into that squat for the last time. Just do a little bit of adjusting. Hold in this position just for a moment longer, and then we come up, arms by your side. Take a breath in. So we're going to take it into a little roll down now, nodding the chin, trying to feel like you're lowering one or curling one vertebrae at a time. Once we're here, now you can either continue with roll-ups if you prefer, if you want to make your workout a little bit harder. We're going to take the hands forwards or take your feet back. Dangerous position, catch. Hold it here. Now drop the knees down, inhale, and slowly lower your body down towards the floor. Keeping your elbows quite close to your body. Pointing your toes away, just gently extend your upper spine. This might be enough for you today. As we exhale, head down, tuck the toes under, push into 4-point kneeling, and then float your knees up towards a downward facing dog. Now you can stay here with your knees bent, or we can straighten the legs, bring the heels down. Gently press your chest down towards your thighs, and you might be able to walk it out a little bit here if that feels comfortable for you. Remember what feels comfortable for you today. Lovely. And then bring your feet down, bend your knees and walk your hands back, and then roll up really, really slowly. At the top of the movement, bring your arms back behind you into a little baby back bend. Arms come forwards. Let's repeat that action. So roll down. Now you can bend your knees here if you like, or you can walk your hands forwards into a full plank position. And again, you could hold it here for a little bit longer. Either bring your knees down to the floor and lower your chest down, or if you've got the strength, slowly lower your body down in one smooth movement. Softly lift, and you can balance on your feet if you feel that's comfortable for you. Exhale, down we go. Tuck your toes under, lift your body, pull up into your downward facing dog. So this is going to be different for everybody. Feel free to make little adjustments and hold. Bend your knees, walk your hands back gently and roll up. Let's do that one more time. So as we exhale, nod your chin, vertebrae by vertebrae, bend knees or straight legs, walking your hands forwards into that full plank position, and very gently lower your body to the floor. So remember, bring your knees down first if that feels more comfortable for you, because that's quite challenging, and lift your upper body. And remember, you don't have to go all the way up, you can keep this nice and small if you prefer. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your body into your final downward facing dog. Just easing back if you can, a little bit further. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, bend your knees, walk your hands back, carefully lifting up and up and up. Breathe in one more time, step into the center of your mat. Come down into a squat. Now you can either just sit down in your comfortable way, or if we can keep the heels down, that would be great. Hands behind, and just bring your bottom to the floor. So sit as tall as you can with your feet at hip width. So line everything up beautifully. As we exhale, just roll back. So tuck your tail under, tuck your chin gently, and really connect with the center here. And then sit yourselves up. So you can continue with that lovely gentle C curve and roll back movement if that feels lovely for you today. Or if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, arms come forwards, exhale, roll back a little bit further, and just pause here, make sure we've got that lovely scoop. Exhale, nothing feels under pressure, nothing feels stressed. And back we go, exhale. Now again, you can continue with this level or this particular movement, or if you feel you can, roll all the way down, one vertebrae at a time, slowly and smoothly, and then take your arms back behind you and we circle around. Now you can either bring your knees into your chest and just tuck up, or we could roll up like a little ball. So again, remember to keep it really, really smooth for you. So coming down, arms come back, and we can either roll up like a ball, or we can just lift the head, the neck and the upper spine, lift tall. So always remember to curve your spine first before we roll down. Once we're down, the arms come back, circle around and draw up and lift. Let's do two more of those beautiful little roll downs. Now you might find after Christmas, after not doing this for a little while, everything feels a little bit stiff. So back off a little bit, go for a gentler movement, stretch your spine a little bit more, and when you're ready to do a full roll up, you can. So notice I'm keeping my knees bent today, just to support my spine a little bit and make it a little bit gentle. So come up and up and up, and just sit tall for a moment. Beautiful, just roll yourselves down, all the way down. And once we're there, just place your hands behind your head. So we're going to go for a little curl up by nodding the chin and just lifting the head and the chest, and the shoulder blades just feel like they're going to float off the floor, maybe, maybe not. Keep your tummy muscles gently connected, and then we lower down. So again, we're going to do a few little curl ups here, and if you feel like you'd like to add on a little bit of extra work, and I'll give you some alternatives in a moment. So exhale, and again, don't feel like your head and neck is under pressure. Just feel like you're gently strengthening your tummy muscles and mobilizing your upper spine. So if you would like to make it a little bit more challenging, curl up this time and just let go of the head and reach forwards. Lower your body down, then bring the hands back behind. Exhale, curl up, reach forward. So remember, stay at a level that feels comfortable for you. This time we could curl up, reach forwards, and go into a double knee fold, connecting your feet, keeping your knees slightly apart. Keeping your knees up there if you'd like to. Let's exhale and curl up. So this is getting a little more challenging as we take those feet off the floor. And let's exhale, curl up. You might even want to add a little leg stretch here and bend hands back. So let's keep that going for a few more movements. Exhale, arms forward, legs extend. Remember, keep your back nice and safe and stable here. If it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, I would keep your feet on the floor today and stretch out. Or if it's your neck that's giving you a little bit of a problem, keep your hands behind the whole time. So we could modify that curl up there. You can still stretch the legs, but you can support your head. Just make sure you maintain that scoop the whole time. Let's do 2 more of those, pressing those legs away, really feeling your feet and thighs coming towards each other. And one more time. So exhale as you curl up, and then you give me that lovely big stretch of the legs. Hold it there. Hands behind, bend the knees, bring your feet down wider than hip width, so towards the edge of your mat, arms wide, palms up, shoulders relaxed. Just start to gently move your knees and your hips to the right side, center through to the left. And this is where we go into that lovely deep breath pattern again. And start to turn your head in the opposite direction to your knees. So giving you that lovely twist, that lovely detoxifying movement. Turn your face away, lovely and relaxing. Just be gentle if your hips feel a little bit sore, if your lower back feels a bit tired. Let's do a few more. So breathe in as we take it across to the side, center, and then over you go, turning your face away. Let's do a couple more of those. And again, if you want to carry on with any, if you love any of these particular movements, just pause your video and just lose yourself in the moment. Let's come back through the center. Inhale, exhale, let go. And then we come in. Walk your feet towards each other. Bring your arms down. Bring your right knee in and your left knee in. And just hug your knees in and release a few times. You could lift the head too if you want to, but if you want to rest your neck, just turn your head gently side to side. Okay. Easing that back out, easing your neck. Let's just take one more deep breath in and out. And then we're going to place the feet down on the floor. Just gently roll onto your side and draw yourself up into a seated position. And again, if you want to sit back on your chair or in your blocks at this point, you can. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible. So let's bring those arms back to the side, lift the crown, relax the shoulders, close your eyes if you like, and breathe in. And as you breathe out, continue to let go of any remaining stress that you have in your mind or your body. Breathe in again, lift up. Just thinking positive thoughts. Feeling energized and oxygenated, and lift up. Bring your arms down, just open your eyes for this last one. Lift up through the crown, pull your palms up, bringing them together. And as we exhale, slowly bring your hands down in front of you and just bow down in front. Just relax. Coming back up again. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of that session, if not all of it. And I look forward to seeing you again really, really soon. Happy New Year.